Gas Network presents sports for the culture.
I'm here with the family.
Price, XXV, Double I,
Rome,
D-Malo,
Gruff Lion.
T-Boogie, man.
This is the greatest sports show on the planet. La Familia. Hope y'all ready for a ride.
can't wait to hear what you guys got to say.
Yes, sir. You know what it is. Your favorite sports show on the internet. Gas presents sports for the culture. I'm tonight's host, your boy Young Rome 22 on all socials as always, man. As I always say, you come for the sports, you stay for the culture. We got a great show for y'all tonight. So, with no further introduction, let me have the fellas introduce themselves. I'm gonna start with the top right.
Just want to say, man, baseball season looking bad for me right now, man. The Yankees got swept by Boston, and the only good thing about that sweep is that the Yankee killer got sent to fucking San Francisco. That's the only upside, and right now the Angels are whooping the Yankees' ass. 2 games already. Oh my God, it's been a horrible week, man. Horrible week.
Yeah, it has been a rough week for the Yankees, man. But it's rough for New York sports fans in general. Really, like y'all don't get no real.
Hey man,
enjoyment.
I'm not a Knicks fan. I'm not a Knicks fan, and I'm not a Giants fan, and I'm not a Jets fan. So I don't know what this whole New York conversation is coming from.
I mean, you told me that the Yankees were going all the way. I think we were like 10 games in, and you were saying it with your chest. But we'll get to that another time. Now I'm gonna kick it to the top left.
I can't be happy.
You're done. What up, man? You know what it is. I don't even think I really need to introduce myself. Y'all know who I am, man. Some know me as Scruff, some know me as Nick, some know me as Spiritual Alchemist 22. But I'm saying God is good. I'm here, breathing. Went through a little sickness yesterday, man. Motherfucking had me fucked up for real. But I'm good. I feel all right now. Good enough to, flu game Scruff. You feel me? But for real though, it's June, right? June is Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. Just wanted to say shout out to that, because you don't hear shit about that, if we're being honest. Like, we hear about everyone else's awareness month, but ain't nobody aware about Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. Ain't nobody talking about this shit, so I'm gonna talk about it. So be aware of your shit, speak up, you feel me? Check in with yourself, pour into your own cup. Men out here, man, we out here just pouring and pouring and pouring. Make sure you're pouring it back into yourself, young gamers. You know what I'm saying? For real. And okay. You know what I mean? Speaking of, make you strong, man. Don't make you weak, man. All that man up shit, that shit's fucked up. We done with that shit.
Nah, respect for that, Scruff. Respect for that. I'm glad you pointed some that out, because I was thinking myself the other day, like, it's Men's Mental Health Awareness Week, and I've heard nothing. I see no ads. I see nothing. But I'm glad you pointed that out. I think it's kind of crazy that it coincides with the same month as Pride Month. I think that was
They stole our fucking month.
I don't know. I don't know who makes these months. I don't know who comes up with the schedule for this, but that was a crazy coincidence. Crazy coincidence.
Bro. And off that, if you told a woman up, bro, she'd be pissed.
Hey man, that's the mom. That's the mom that I ain't trying to go against, fellas. You gotta be careful, man. That mom,
she'd be pissed. I'm just saying,
man. And you don't want Ray J to get the booty goons on us, man.
Ray J.
You remember the whole shit with Fab?
Man, Ray J been a hot topic, man. That boy all over the net, lying about sleeping with Sexy Red, apologizing in a red bandana. Ray J is a character, man.
Why would you lie about
that?
Yo, that's crazy.
Hey, but let me kick it to the resident senior citizen in the gang. Last but never least, bottom right.
T-Boogie, man. Wash your hands, wash your ass. Nothing further.
Seriously.
Straight to the point, Boogie, tonight. All right, man. Let's get it, man. Let's get straight to the point, because we got a gang of NBA topics for y'all tonight. But first, we got to start with before we get to the NBA Finals, which we will get to, because that's shaping up exactly how I kind of saw it. Maybe not exactly, but it's ending up how I might have called it in the beginning. But before we get to that, let's start with this crazy Orlando Magic trade, because I wasn't too hip to this before the show. I saw that it was some crazy trade, but mistake me if I'm wrong, fellas, but 4 first-round picks it's a little hefty to me. So let me get to what the trade was. The trade exactly was the Memphis Grizzlies traded Desmond Bain to the Orlando Magic for Caldwell Pope and Cole Anthony for 4 first-round picks as well. Um, so hit me to this, man. Is this a fair trade in any sense, or is this a straight robbery? Because someone like me is looking like a straight robbery. Scruff, I'm gonna toss it to you first.
I'm gonna give you the sensible, explain all sides. I see everything from all angles, bro. You know what I'm saying? I see the optics. So I'm gonna explain like what the Magic were thinking, right? So this is what they're thinking, right? They're thinking that the Celtics are weak, right? They're thinking the Celtics is down this year, they're about to be down a man, and they thinking they knocking on the door. You feel me? They think they're knocking on the door, and they think they're a piece away. So that's what they think. Now Orlando has pretty much drafted and developed their entire roster, right? Literally the entire roster. None of those guys are free agent additions. They all were drafted by the team. They've done very well with that. But what they're thinking is their window is now. That's what they're thinking. And they're thinking that the Celtics is down. Right now is the time to go push for that window. Similar to what the Knicks did when they went and got Mikal Bridges. All right. So I think that's what they're thinking. All right. Now the problem is, 4 first-round picks is a lot. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you could draft 4 Desmond Bains, but the problem is you probably don't got enough time to wait for him to become that person. So, I'll give you an example. Last year, they drafted, I think it was Anthony Black in the first round, if I'm not mistaken. And, kid's talented, but he's not going to contribute in a playoff game right now. Probably not for another 4 years. So, what they're counting on is basically that their window is now, and they're pushing all their chips to the middle. With that said, Desmond Bain is actually a good player, underrated, I say. Plays both sides of the ball. Defensively, he's a dog. He's a 3-and-D guy. The Magic have a pretty good roster, right? They got Paolo Banchero, who I believe is a superstar talent. We'll say that. And Franz Wagner, who is clutch as hell for real. He be killing it on the overseas. And the Magic fans actually think that he's better than Paolo Banchero. So, with that said, now Bain comes in, and he's basically a number 3 option. It's a pretty good number 3 option. You know what I'm saying? Now, the price, I think, was a little steep, and ultimately that's why I think Memphis won the trade. But Memphis is in a different situation than Orlando is. Memphis might be ready to blow that shit up. So I do like the trade for Memphis, but I do also see what Orlando is doing. Now, the true measurement of this trade being successful is if the Magic can take this and parlay it into playoff success, right? So to TBD, the Magic could win the trade if they have playoff success, if they can take that next level. Because in their head, they're the next Boston Celtics. That's how they feel.
I mean, I think that was an excellent explanation, but I just don't know, man. Man, is there any way that the Magic won this trade?
They would have to win. You know what I'm saying? Like, winning cures all. You go get yourself to the Eastern Conference Championship or the finals, and all is forgiven. But realistically, I think Scruff is right. I don't think they're looking at the Celtics. I think they're watching Halliburton and saying, "There's no way we can't beat him." I think they're looking at Siakam and company and saying, top to bottom, I think we're better. And Bain puts them over the top. But four first round picks is that's like saying, like, what's shorty name? Bernice Borjo, whatever her name is, man. Would you cut off your arm if you could have her for 10 years? You know what I'm saying? Like, you're sacrificing a lot for what might be fantasy. It might just be fantasy. The idea that Bain puts you over the top is just that. It's an idea. We don't know that it works in practice. We don't know how well it's going to go together. We don't know if the chemistry is going to work. So, yeah, I don't know, man. It's risky, but I'm not mad at the move. All or nothing. You either want to be really bad or really good, and they're trying to be really good, so I'm not mad at them. I'm questioning Memphis. What are you doing? Unless you're taking those 4 first-round picks and you're packaging them up and trying to go get KD or Zion or another superstar to put next to your superstar, then what are you doing with those 4 first-round picks? Because drafting 4 first-round picks can net you nothing. Can literally you can literally draft 4 years in a row and get a guy that does not produce. We've seen it in DC. You know, we've seen no, I'm serious. We've seen our share of Johnny Davises and John Vesleys and guys that come in and they just don't pan out. So Desmond Bain was a known commodity. You know what I'm saying? Unless there were issues in the locker room with him, I'm not sure why you make that move. This could end up being a trade that is a loss for both. If I think Magic might have the upper hand slightly because the East is kind of weak. I mean, we see Detroit winning the East, right? So Magic might have the upper hand, but I don't think you need to give up 4 first-round picks to find you a Desmond Bain style player. Oklahoma has a guy, Cason Wallace, similar to Bain. He just hasn't had the time to scratch that surface. But I don't know if you think you'll win now, why not? But it just adds to a great off season, and we haven't even got there yet.
Nah, yeah, I think Scruff said it best when he said they're pushing all their chips in the middle, right? Like it's legitimately a gamble, and it could pay off, it might not pay off. But to T's point, four picks is kind of hefty. G man, what are your thoughts on that, bro? Would you have given up 4 first round picks in that scenario?
If you're the Magic and you've been telling yourself you were horrible at the 3-point line this year, we needed to improve on that, and this guy was going to take us over the top, you already know what you're thinking as your first round pick as like these are going to be throwaway picks. We're going to be drafting in the bottom end. You guys said it yourselves. These guys were literally injuries away from like at least making a playoff push prior to this playoff run. For me, it's if they could get to the second round, because these guys haven't been able to get it past the first round, I think this is a good trade overall. And then on top of that, you try to get rid of because everybody from ESPN to Fox Sports, they were talking about the reason why they added these first round pick is because that KCP contract, they needed to throw that money away. They couldn't keep that in the books because eventually Pablo is going to get paid. He's their superstar. They're not worried about drafting another big superstar with those 4 round picks. I mean, and if you're the Grizzlies, you're hoping they shit the bed. Like they get injuries and one of those unprotected round picks is where like we could get they feel like I think they're gonna be pretty soon over with the John Román situation. I think they're gonna start moving those players because like what y'all gonna do with John now? Like Jared Jackson, what you gonna do with him? Like you're gonna have to pay him. This year is like his contract, if I'm not mistaken, right?
I think they blow it up.
Like you get what I'm saying with these picks is like you're looking into the future now. Like either with John, you're gonna do something with him, and if you're not, you're gonna try to parlay some picks together and be like, all right, man, if we could dump him somewhere else as well, and we could get some picks, and like let's bring in another superstar or whatever we got over here. I think that's the move they might make. But I think for the Magic overall, this is a great trade. And to go back to what T was alluding to, is like, yo, everybody you see in the East as like, yo, it's just the Pacers. And like,
What?
it's just the Pacers. It's just the Pacers. Because the Knicks, we're not going to put the Knicks up there. They don't got a head coach. I think a janitor is going to be their head coach next year, if I'm not mistaken. What are we looking for? In Boston, they're talking about Boston blowing up the team just because of those contracts.
Cleveland.
And then there you go. And then you got Cleveland. And then let's say the Bucks,
right in that mix.
Bucks will blow up that situation they got going over there. And they try to make a push because let's say they keep Giannis. And let's say they make certain bench player kind of moves where like they fix their bench rotation a little bit better to please Giannis. Like, my personal opinion, the East is the better conference next year, and I personally believe it's a better conference now. Because
that's a hard sell.
And I didn't even add Detroit. Look at Detroit; they went from bottom feeders to now like, yo, these guys can make a push in the playoff run. My personal opinion out of this, if you're the Magic, you're thinking it's open, but you also like thinking like, all right, man, We got to start setting a winning culture here with these guys that we have. Because the last thing we want to do is just be a finesse team that we play decent here and there, but we're just gonna flatline come playoff season.
I think the last 2 years they've established a winning culture.
No, they haven't, because they haven't made it past the first round. How is that winning culture?
They made the playoffs 2 years in a row.
The playoff, it's not winning culture unless you either make it to the conference finals or the finals.
Well, when you're a perennial bottom feeder for 10, 15 years type shit, and then you make it to the playoffs 2 years in a row, that actually is the beginning of building a winning culture.
I mean,
but it's not a winning culture.
Says you.
It says you're saying you're building it, but is it a building culture? If you just make it to exactly.
No, it's getting there. You have to start somewhere, bro. You can't just turn around one day and be a winning culture.
I think it's a winning culture.
It's a process.
All you're saying is you're better than.
I don't hear the word process coming from a Philly fan.
It doesn't mean like that. I don't mean it like that. I'm just saying you know what the hell I'm talking about, bro. It takes time, bro.
Actually, I don't think it's a winning culture just yet. I think you're on the cusp of a winning culture. But that's kind of what's surprising about this trade. Normally, you see a team break the bank to bring in a vet, right, or a superstar. You know, not a guy that wasn't even number one on his own team. This is interesting because what is Bane? Maybe 23, 24? So
he's 26.
26. Oh, okay. So he's approaching his prime, if not in it.
His timeline matches with the guys on the Magic, though.
Yeah,
I guess the real question would be: does Desmond Bane really put them over the top? Would you say so?
I think if the Pacers are in the, I agree with what T was saying. I think the Pacers in the chip that they could easily. I think they could beat the Pacers. Like if there was a first round matchup series and it was the Magic versus the Pacers in the current state of affairs. You know, now the Pacers are a little hyped up now because they made the finals. But if I'm being honest, like before this run, I would have been looking at them like I might have picked the Magic. If I'm being honest, I picked the fucking Bucks to beat the Pacers in the first round.
The Pacers are outperforming, bro. You know, I feel like the Pacers are pulling their Bengals moment where everything fell into place and you guys got there. And now, I mean,
they never gonna go back, bro. I can almost promise you that, bro.
Yeah, that's
never gonna go back. Never. Maybe 25 years.
That's crazy. I mean, we'll get to the Pacers here in a second. But
one more thing I'll say about the trade, though, Memphis trying to be the next OKC. Watch, I'm telling you, they're gonna turn into the next OKC. That's the only shot they got.
How long?
But they did that already. Remember when it was Golden State? Like that's what we all seen. We seen like they built within. They had certain players there, but it's just like it fizzled out. Those John Morant,
they're going to trade. They're going to trade him. They're tired.
I think it was T. I think it was T that brought it up. What do y'all think they're going to do with those 4 first round picks?
They're going to do the Thunder thing, bro. I'm telling you, they're not ponying up for another player. I'm telling you that they're going to trade John Morant and they're going to trade Jaren Jackson Jr. Matter of fact, Jaren Jackson Jr.
just rebuild through the draft.
Yeah, they're gonna suck for a while. They're gonna be like OKC was for a little while. They're gonna suck. They're playing the long game because no one wants to go to Memphis.
I mean, T made a good point earlier. Like
KD said, hell no.
That's still risky because you could draft 4 first round picks and they might not wind up producing.
Yeah, but when you trade job, so okay, let me riddle me this: if Desmond Bane got 4 first round picks, how many do you think they're gonna get for Ja or Jaren Jackson?
And that's a great point, Scruff, and that actually leads me to the next topic. Like we got KD and Giannis on the trade market as well. And I'm wondering what y'all think that potential trade could look like, considering what the Magic just traded. So, G, man, I'm gonna start with you, man. Where do you think KD winds up, and what does that trade look like?
My personal opinion: whoever trades for KD, you're trading him to come off the bench, not because. Listen, check this out. Because KD's how old? KD's like what, 36 already or 37?
You don't know what the hell you're talking about.
KD's 37, right? This is an old gentleman now. Father Time is eventually going to start kicking in. You want to prolong his career? Get him coming through the bench. Imagine him coming out of the bench. Bro, your second lineup, fucking phenomenal. The amount of rest your starting 5 will have because KD's coming off the bench, he's averaging, what, 27 points a game? Imagine 27 points coming off the bench. In my personal opinion, you're only trading for KD if you get him to yo. I need you coming off the bench. But
Bro.
look,
Okay, G, how does the conversation
Are you
go
drunk, bro?
with Kevin Durant, one of the greatest scorers of all time, really one of the
but
greatest
it goes
ball
back to
players
the
of all
same
time?
conversation we had when Melo was coming off the bench. Nobody wanted to have that conversation, because people thought Melo was
It's
still
not
good
in the
enough.
same boat, bro. We're not talking about the same shit, bro. You're talking about KD still one of the best players in the league. What are you talking
Bro,
about,
but
bro?
he's 37 years old, bro.
So
Eventually,
what?
father.
Is KD a top 10 player in the league?
So LeBron coming off the bench too now? What the fuck we talking about, bro?
Right.
Yes.
No.
Pretty soon that needs to start happening. You want to prolong these guys' career, it needs to
He
start
will
happening.
retire before he comes off the bench. KD's not coming off no goddamn bench, bro. Tripping.
Coming off no bench, bro.
But you're not trading. You're not trading for KD. What's the point of trading for KD?
They're not trading for KD to fucking bring him off the bench, you dummy. They're gonna put him in there to be a fucking big key PPPs. No, look, the two teams that are trading for him, bro, is San Antonio or Houston and Miami. They're not picking that guy up to put him off the bench, man. You know what I'm saying? They're putting him in there to be the best player on the team, to take him to the next level.
You're gonna stop.
I think if you're gonna this new NBA, man, trading for best players to start playing.
Who are you starting over Kevin Durant?
He's trying to start.
Desmond Bain? What are we talking about?
He wants to play Duncan Robinson over KD.
You tripping? Like there's not 5 players on any one basketball. I'll tell you what. In this entire NBA, there's no team, none, that has 5 players that would start over KD. Not single one of them. None of them.
Thank you.
None of them. He would start on every single team, bro.
Thank you.
None of them.
See, the thing about y'all misconstruing what I'm telling you guys. I'm saying you need him to start off because you want to prolong his career. It's not because he shouldn't start off. He shouldn't be in your starting lineup. It's just you want to prolong his career. KD's already 37 years old. The whole shit we're trying to compare him to LeBron's longevity. LeBron is an anomaly. Let's be real. Let's not compare LeBron longevity to with none of these players. Because KD will go out there and hurt his foot and not even play again. And then what? Then you don't got this guy's. You're paying all this money. Look at the Suns.
Like KD injury prone. He only got once hurt. He got hurt once in his entire career.
All right, G, I got a question, bro. Are you gonna tell Steph Curry to come off the bench?
Eventually, yeah.
What do you mean eventually? He's 37 years old. He's got to come off the bench. Like, what are you talking about?
Start coming off the bench, yeah. But all these guys you guys
are
talking
about,
right?
Shooter of all time. You need to come off the bench.
Guys we're talking about right now. Where are they right now? None of these guys made it to the Western Conference Finals or made it past the second round. These guys are all home now. So we're gonna just rely on a bunch of old guys to take us to the mountaintop.
Bro, KD is still one of the best basketball players in the world, bro.
A bunch of kids, a bunch of young guys.
I'll put it like this, man. Your favorite team is the Chicago Bulls. He's better than every single person.
My favorite team is the LA Lakers. And look, a bunch of old dudes sitting right now.
And he's better than everybody on that roster too.
No, he's not. He's not better than Luka.
Yes, he is. Luka didn't play no D.
He's trying to get KD to split carries like he's David Montgomery.
You acting like, we're gonna longevity his career. Like, nah, bro. When you got a Mustang, motherfucker, you put that shit on the road, bro. You don't fucking park it in the garage.
Hey, you park it in the garage.
Listen,
when it comes out on the weekend, you don't take a Mustang out every fucking day. How much gas that weighs?
Even if KD isn't the guy he used to be, right? Even if he can't play defense, you don't bring him off the bench because he's still selling tickets.
He averaged 27 points a game last year. You acting like he's falling off.
I didn't say he's falling off. All I said, you want to prolong his career, and eventually you got to rely on your guys, your young guys, to take you there. You just want a shooter at the end of the day, just to keep the lead.
You can still start KD and play him under 30 minutes, but like to bring him.
And let's ask the Sun, how's that taking us? Let's ask that team, how long that got them? Where that got them?
Well, the Suns messed up getting Bradley Beal.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gonna put Mahomes on the bench too.
We bring Mahomes off the bench.
He can bring him off the bench. You know, we gotta rest him for the playoffs.
Hey man, and look what he did. They got him off the bench. He was behind Alex Smith.
Crazy.
All right, T man, where do you think KD is going to end up, and what do you think a trade package for KD will look like?
I mean, I don't know. If we put him in the G League, he can play till he's 80. No, Trey
Maybe
Pack
he just played LA Fitness. He'll be last forever over there.
Contract
No,
infinity.
a trade package for KD is going to be at least 1 or 2 starters and probably 3 first-round picks from any of these teams that want KD. I don't care who it is. You're giving up a starter or 2, or maybe 1 starter, 1 role player, 3 first-round picks. I think that's the price, and I think it's the Spurs that need KD the most. If Pop was still coaching, I would say for sure, but Miami is my dark horse because who doesn't want to go to Miami? Like finishing your career on the beach, South Beach, like that's kind of lit. So you don't even have to win games to be happy in Miami. So it's either San Antonio or Miami.
See,
Yeah, Miami makes a lot of sense.
I don't think Miami is a good landing spot. I saw the potential lineup that they would have. Because the thing is, like, they're gonna have to trade somebody. So, like, I don't think Miami makes sense, and here's why. Because they don't have 2 good players to trade that if they traded those guys, that KD would want to still be there. You know what I'm saying? Because they basically need to keep the core of Hero and Bam. So you're not trading either of those guys. So who the fuck are you trading that's worth anything? Because nobody else on that team is really worth much. Are you trading Jamie Vasquez? Are you trading that random center that they had? Like, he's not that good. So you're telling me if the Suns looking at a trade package and the Rockets come calling and they say, hey, look, we got hella young players. We want to give you guys Jalen Green, Jabari Smith, and 3-4 first-round picks. You're not going to take that? Then the other thing is what the Spurs going to offer. What are they going to offer? They're going to offer Keldon Johnson and a couple picks?
You giving up Keldon, Sochan, probably somebody else, and some first-round picks. I mean, it's the NBA, man. It's rigged. Like, realistically, Houston has the most assets, right? But I don't think KD wants to go to Houston.
He does.
He said he wants to go to both. Well, except for Dallas, he wants to go to those Texas teams, and then he wants to go to Miami.
I hear him, and he did go to Texas University, so they have a shot. But KD's personality is not Houston. He has a San Antonio personality. He go to Houston, man, and it just won't.
I think it's Houston or San Antonio. I think the way that San Antonio makes up the trade is by accumulating more picks. There's some rumors going around about them trying to get more picks.
I mean, if you're Houston, you better not trade Amal Thompson, man.
Nah, you can't. In my opinion, if you're Houston, you do whatever you can to keep Amen Thompson.
If I'm Houston, I go get Giannis. I'm not fooling with KD.
Well, the funny thing is the Spurs made a statement today. They said they were more so waiting for Giannis. They didn't say that directly. They said they were like saying that they're not 100% committed to KD because they think that there's a player that's better, that's more aligned with their timeline, which means Giannis.
Well, Giannis and Wemby makes more sense than KD and Wemby.
Yeah, you got 2 fucking stilts.
You got 2 rim defenders, 1 guy that attacks the rim. Wemby wants to shoot jumpers. Like
But can he play with De'Aaron Fox though? Could that be his point guard?
De'Aaron Fox told you De'Aaron Fox can play any way he wants to. He could play on the ball. He can play off the ball. He's talented.
Yeah, I mean, I think they make.
I mean, I don't even care what your opinion is anymore because you say KD's coming off the bench.
De'Aaron Fox is like Dame, like Dame in Milwaukee. We needed him to score and play defense. He struggled scoring and he couldn't play defense, but he did knock down Glorilla, so there should be some sort of incentive or trophy for that. But
who did?
You know,
who did? Who knocked down Glorilla?
Dang.
I don't know. That's a legend. That's a legend. He ain't say shit. He ain't say shit.
Man, you talking about my taste in basketball? My opinion. You take some women. That little skinny thing. She ain't got nobody. She ain't got no substance.
You didn't hear me say I want to hit it. I said that's alleged, meaning like we don't know if that happened. Maybe you should.
There ain't no legendary, man. He downgraded. His baby mom was better. His ex-wife.
I know you don't know that many words, G, but I said alleged. That means it's not 100% sure that it happened. I didn't say he's a legend.
No, I'm sure.
Oh man, y'all just be saying go everything, legend everything. I don't hear that.
Bro, I didn't say legend. I said alleged. You don't even know what that word means.
Allegedly,
bro.
You mean?
Allegedly, yes.
There you go.
Jesus, no, I've been saying
you said alleged. I'm like, what? He's trying to say legendary?
I thought you said a
Hey.
legend.
Hey,
Legend?
random drug test for you tomorrow, bro. What's going on?
I think I'm drunk.
A legend.
Crazy.
Nah, that's crazy.
My
All right,
Wi-Fi, it
man.
cuts you off at the certain pronunciations.
Y'all already started touching on it a little bit, man. But where do y'all think Giannis ends up? Jump all on this one.
He stays in Minnesota. He stays home, bro. He can't. If you're gonna trade for him, it make no sense to trade for him because he's gonna be in the same situation he's in now with the Bucks.
You the
Like
king
you're
of the
give
worst
so
takes
many
today, bro.
assets just to end up.
Why
in
would
the
he
same
want to go there? Why
situation.
would they keep him, bro? Why would he
Nah,
want to
I
stay
think
there, bro?
I don't think he stays, but I think it
You
would
know
be
that he's not
great if he
staying.
did. I think it would be meaningful, but I feel like the chances are slim to none the way it's looking.
Nah, I think he ends up in either New York or San Antonio. And the reason I say New York is because it's very clear that the Knicks are trying to get him, and he already bought a house in New York.
But you,
Checking his real estate. Scruff always on his real estate shit.
but if
His
you,
house
Uh,
in Milwaukee, G. He's not staying there.
but
T
what?
man,
So the Knicks, what are you giving up?
Shit, you give up OG and Anunoby. You gave up a lot of guys. This is like you give up whatever the fuck you want. Who you want? Who you
give up
want?
the squad.
Who you want?
I said
Giannis,
in
we
the
talking
group
about.
text they're gonna have to give the starting lineup for that man. Fuck out of here. The Knicks ain't
Give
got
him,
nothing.
they give him Mikal Bridges and some picks, or OG and some picks,
They
or
don't have
whatever.
no picks. Remember, they traded all their picks for fucking Mikal Bridges.
There's always more picks, G.
T man, you're the Bucks fan, man. Where does Giannis end up?
He can stay in Milwaukee, but I think Giannis wants to get out of there. You know what I'm saying? I think the Bucks will try to do whatever they can to entice him in the stand. I don't know what that would be or who that would be, but I think the Bucks try to make a push to do something to get Giannis to stay. But I think Giannis is gone, man. I think it's ran its course. This is mental health awareness, man. Like happy wife, happy life, and we're not going for that no more, man. No one's happy. It's time to break it up, man. The fans aren't happy. Giannis isn't happy. The org isn't happy. Like, let Giannis go and start over. Start over. It would be cool if Giannis stayed like a Dirk, like a Kobe. But nah, I think when they blew up Drew Holiday and DiVincenzo and they let all those guys go, that's it, man. Giannis
I'll
is
tell
out.
you what, Giannis already won a championship in Milwaukee. So in my head, bro, he already did the impossible. Like he already did more for Milwaukee in his time there than they've done in their entire existence. So he's good. You don't owe them shit.
Yeah, I agree. Like getting a small market a championship is crazy. Like SGA is about to pull it off. Like that's an incredible feat.
I don't know, man. It just seems like we're in the era where there's no loyalty. But T
Oh,
man, as the Bucks fan, what do y'all do next?
You gonna take a pay cut to at work, Rome, for loyalty or what? Because like we acting like these guys ain't people.
But they did. Brunson did it, and he's paying New York taxes on that pay cut on top of that shit.
And you know what? He better than me, bro. He a sucker.
I ain't heard
He
no.
is that.
First of all, with Scruff, we can't compare a pro ball player's pay cut
No, but y'all
to
acting like
to a
no, but
regular
y'all
civilians.
no, but y'all
Bro,
acting like these aren't real people that have decisions on where they want to live. Like you make decisions, we make decisions every day. We have the agency to make those decisions. NBA teams are kind of like shipped around like packaged goods, and
bro,
like they
you're
gotta
acting
be. So you
like
telling me just because Milwaukee drafted me, I gotta fucking live in Milwaukee for the next 15 years? Fuck that. We ain't doing that. Why? So why would an NBA player do?
what?
If anything, I got
What?
more agencies to do what I want. I'm Giannis. Fuck y'all. Loyalty. What is this? What is this?
So
What is
shoes,
this loyalty shit, bro? Do you watch the NBA? Do you know how dirty the league is? Do you know how the Sixers drafted Mikal Bridges and then shipped him off and let his mom fucking cry and shit? Like they don't give a fuck. Like the teams don't have loyalty to players, so why the hell would the players have loyalty to them? That's a romantic bullshit, old school. It's just whack. Like that's whack, bro.
You acting like this man can't play for Milwaukee and live in New York with all that money. You acting like because you're still in the NBA, you still gonna
Why would
travel
you
all
do
over the
that,
place.
bro? Why would you do that? I'm sure he wants a short commute too, just like the rest of us. What are you talking about?
Right? You don't think the players rent? You don't think the players rent for
Just
the
because he's
season?
rich, you think he wants to take 80 flights a year? No.
The season's not 365 days a year.
Nah, bro. Nobody wants to be in Milwaukee, bro. Next question.
He
Bro,
won.
I think he
I
does,
already
man.
threw out another question, but I mean, Giannis is probably definitely going to leave Milwaukee though. I think it would be it would be meaningful though if he stayed in Milwaukee and they figure something out. I think that would be meaningful.
What would it mean? I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you what it won't mean. If you stay in Milwaukee and you never win another championship, it won't.
Another.
That's if you don't win again. You got your one. You don't win again. You retire in Milwaukee. You will go down as a Milwaukee great.
They're gonna put a statue.
So
and
so what okay,
He's
so what
already
happens
gonna go down as
when you
that,
go
though.
to what happens when you go to another squad and you don't win another chip at all ever in your
Because he's
career?
not going to do that.
But the thing is, at least you controlled your destiny to a degree. Because let's look at a guy like Brett Favre, right? You won one Super Bowl in I don't know how many years. Now when they start mentioning the great quarterbacks, they don't talk about Brett Favre.
And how do we know that's not going to be Giannis? Like
Not.
you're saying leaving the team is controlling your destiny. It's not controlling your destiny. It's putting your destiny in the hands of another GM to get
First
that
of
team
all,
correct.
But
There's no guarantee that any of these teams that trade for Giannis are going to win a championship.
but do I get to pick my GM?
No.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, if you stay with your team, yeah. But if you go somewhere else, you're not picking your GM.
You're
Here's the
crazy.
thing. Here's how great Giannis is. That he took the Milwaukee Bucks to the championship and they won it. Like that doesn't happen, bro. That's really great. He took that bum ass team. He took Chris Middleton. His number 2 is Chris Middleton. Like, what are we talking about, bro? That's
how did
amazing.
picking your GM go for James Harden?
I mean,
James Harden and Giannis are the same, bro.
Some people are saying that James Harden is a top 5 shooting guard of all time. Not me. Some people.
That's a good debate. I don't see why not.
Look, I'm not. Look, all I know is it would be meaningful if Giannis stayed in Milwaukee and got another chip. I think that would show a lot because as T would know, back in the day, players stayed with their teams and they worked things out. Like Kobe, I couldn't imagine Kobe leaving the Lakers. You know what I'm saying?
I hate your mentality, bro, so much, bro. Like, what is up
Bro,
with that old school mentality? Like, what is up with that? Like, oh,
bro, you want to see Giannis go to another squad for what?
Because
I don't want to see him play on the Bucks anymore. They suck. That's it. That's the only reason.
So how do you know he's not going to go to another team and also suck?
You think that he's going to go to another team that sucks? Why would he do that? He's going to go to a great team. I guarantee you this: Giannis is not going to go to a bad team. Because why would he do that?
Listen, even if he went to a bad team, he would instantly make them good.
You know who thought they weren't going to a bad team? Dame Lillard when he got traded to the Bucks.
Yeah. And you know what? If Giannis is smart, he probably take a good look at Dame and realize that Dame waited too long to get the fuck out of there.
And Dame has never been as good as Giannis. Never. Because if he was, he would have got Portland to a championship. He didn't. He didn't get to the finals at all. But
hold on. But Dame's road to a finals was Golden State. That was a juggernaut with KD on that, and that was prime Dame.
It doesn't matter, bro. You acting like Giannis played a bunch of cupcakes.
Giannis played in the NBA at the same time as the Golden State Warriors.
Yeah, I don't want to hear that.
Yeah, nah, Giannis is.
Yeah, but he beat the Suns bum ass. Devin Booker, you got like Devin Booker is some phenomenal player, like some phenom, like was gonna scare you, and he had an old ass Chris Paul.
You're talking about one of the greats. Like Chris Paul is a legend.
Yeah, but when he got there, it wasn't like the Chris Paul, like, oh my God, Clippers Chris Paul. It's
if KG never leaves Minnesota, do we talk about KG the same way?
No.
Sometimes you gotta go, man.
But you guys are talking about these guys these guys you guys are mentioning won their championship when they left to a new squad. This guy won one already.
That's what I'm saying.
There's no need to leave because wherever he goes, he's gonna handicap that team anyways. Because the only team that makes sense that he could go to is the Spurs because of all the assets they have.
So how was it okay for LeBron?
But LeBron just left. He was never traded.
Honestly, it wasn't okay for LeBron. And to be honest, LeBron is the reason that we're in this era anyway. But that's a whole nother subject.
Listen,
hey man, watch the King James slander here, man.
This is Men's Mental Health Month, man. Do not stick in relationships that do not longer like. Don't stay in
Thank
relationships
you.
that no longer serve you for the sake of what could be. Right? No,
Appreciate
leave
it.
for what should be. You should be playing somewhere where you are thriving, where your talent meets. You know what I'm saying? The expectation. Like, don't just stick around. I see too many fellas suffering through relationships with women that they shouldn't because what Rome's talking about, the loyalty. Listen, man.
Where
Listen.
you can have folks in a broken home and shit talk about some. You got to stick it out and work it out and shit. Fuck out of here. Nah,
That's a crazy comparison, bro. First,
that is
first of
what you
all,
were
first of
sounding like though. I
first of
heard the
all,
same shit.
I never advocated for someone to stick through a toxic relationship. Don't
That's
we
kind of what it
live right
felt
now
like
on
though.
YouTube. Don't throw me into that type of group.
You got to
That's not what
rewind
I was
that joint.
advocating for.
It
Being
was
loyal to a team, a franchise, a city, a state is much different than being loyal to a toxic girlfriend. Kick
it
your
was
toxic girlfriend
undertones. It
out.
was
Get out that
undertones.
relationship. It's
T
much
felt the
different.
undertones. It was
It's
undertones in that
it
statement.
nah. There was
It was some undertones.
that's
It was I could
that's
feel it.
crazy
I was
work.
like,
That's
you
crazy work.
know,
What I'm saying is it would be meaningful to the people of Milwaukee, to the fans of Milwaukee, to someone like T, I would think, that's been a Milwaukee Buck fan since the 1970s or however old you said you was earlier. Not to throw your age out there, but I'm just fucking with you. But you know what I mean, man? Like a true Bucks fan is gonna hate to see Giannis go. Right. So I guess I'm looking at it from their perspective. I'm looking at it from the fan of or from the perspective of a Bucks fan. Why, like y'all said, he made them relevant. They're a small market. Without Giannis, will we ever even be talking about the Bucks? I honestly don't remember them before Giannis. Like,
You
what
are
was going what was going on with them?
you
So
are
they won
you're
2 championships in the history of their organization. Okay, so
you're
like
a
so why would we want to let Giannis go? It would be
because he's
meaningful
already
if
done
he
everything he
stayed.
could do. He's already done
listen,
everything he could do.
man, you are a DC sports fan, right?
Yeah,
And when your
it was
teams
losing.
are bad, those fan bases become fans of players instead of fans of the org. I am a Giannis fan, but I am a Bucks fan. All right. So if Giannis gets traded, I'm still a Bucks fan. I'm not gonna cry about it. Like, Bucks, we gotta figure it out and win again. You cannot fall in love with players. The Wizards fell in love with Arenas. Did not work. Fell in love with Bradley Beal. Did not work. It meant a lot to the city to have Arenas. It meant a lot.
It
It meant
did.
a lot of losses. It meant a lot of suffering. It meant a lot of heartbreak.
Bro, you bugging, bro. That's not okay.
A lot
You
of
got
gunplay.
you got it, T.
Hey, check my tweets. Check my tweets. When Gilbert Arenas scored, what was it, 61 or something on Kobe, I said, we got to trade him right now. Trade him right now. His stock will never be higher. He lit up Kobe Bryant. And you know what the Wizards fans told me? You're crazy. He's better than Kobe. If he's doing this to Kobe, he'll be the greatest player. We got to keep him. Next thing you know, he's bringing guns to the locker room. I see him in the club. Like, listen, players, you cannot be in love with players. And in DC, we've done that far too often. We've been in love with Clinton Portis. We've been in love with LeVar Arrington. Like, we've been in love with Chase Young. Stop falling in love with the players. We want what's best for the franchise. And right now, Giannis staying on a middling Bucks is bad for both parties. They're not going to win with Giannis. They're going to have to rebuild. So you're putting a superstar, a guy that's already won a championship, through a rebuild. You're basically asking him to come in and raise somebody else's kids again. He already did it once. Giannis, go, spread your wings, fly. Thank you. We appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? We'll build you a statue, but now it's time to part ways.
It's time to let him go, just like when they let Abdul-Jabbar go. Same shit.
Those
See you
were
in
fair
another
points,
30
man.
years.
Those were fair points.
Matter of
I
fact,
like the way you
50
put that,
years.
T.
It was 50
We'll build you the
years ago.
statue, but it's time to go. So
50 years
that
was
makes
the
sense.
last time the Bucks won a championship before Giannis. So T, I'm sorry, it's never going to happen again in your lifetime.
Hey, listen, that's cool. I'm still gonna watch the Bucks. But keeping Giannis doesn't guarantee me another championship in 50 years either.
Agreed.
Well, we'll see what happens first. The Bucks getting the championship, or Giannis getting the championship, whatever squad he ends up with.
Bro,
But
that's not even a
speaking
fair comparison.
of,
I'd put like $1 million that Giannis wins one before the Bucks, bro. Like, for real. I'll put my whole life savings on that.
I don't know, man. I still think
Jesus
that's a gamble.
Christ.
Once the trade happens, if the trade happens, we'll definitely dive back into this convo. But
She gonna be
speaking of
sick.
championships, though, let's go ahead and get to the main event, fellas. Man, the NBA Finals. OKC is now up 3-2, I believe. Um, kind of. I had them winning in six, so it's looking like it's going the way I originally predicted. But I'm interested to get everybody's thoughts on what we saw in Game 5, which T, I believe you said it'd be over by now. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with you and get your thoughts on what we've seen so far in the finals.
Hey man, a lot of respect to Carlisle, Halliburton, Toppin, all them boys, man. The Pacers, the city of Indiana, man. Magical run, magical run. But it reminds me of this video I just seen on Twitter. Like this little kid had this cocoon at his house, and he watched it. You know what I'm saying? Grow into this like butterfly or moth sort of situation, and he released it, and it was almost at freedom, and then a bird came and ate it. All right. And that's what happened, man.
That's
It was
like
a magical run. The Pacers spread their wings and were flying. They almost made it to the sky. And SGA came out of nowhere, swooped down from Canada, made a stop at OKC, grabbed them out the air, ate them. It's over. It's over. And now Halliburton blew his transmission. His calf muscle, his calf spaghetti. Knees weak, legs spaghetti. You know what I'm saying? All of that. Like, it's over. It's over. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Indiana. Like I said, you put up a good fight, but it wasn't your time, man. It wasn't your time.
Yep. Sometimes I hate being right, you know. In this case, it's not one of these instances. I'm happy to be right here. Thunder in 6. What I said. Thunder in 6. That's what's going down. Because it's over now. I say maybe the Pacers is lucky enough to force a Game 7. Ain't no way in hell they about to beat them 2 games in a row without Holly. TJ McConnell leaving them boys, like that's going to be a problem. That's going to be a problem for them. I don't see it ending well.
Like when your phone died, but you got that little spare battery to charge your phone. It gives you one good charge, and then after that, you done. It's over for you. Gave you a boost. You know what I'm saying? It's unfortunate to go out that way, man. But I feel like I think I used this reference before, man. King Leonidas died in the end. You know what I'm saying? He got shot. He got filled with 1,000,000 arrows. And I think that's what happened. Indiana was 300, but they was never destined to win. You know what I'm saying? They put up a good fight. They made a good TV. For 2 small markets, this was some great basketball and probably one of the best finals to watch in recent history. You know what I'm saying? Since maybe the bubble. So really shout out to both of those teams, man. But unfortunately, I can't see them getting it done healthy and much less without Halliburton. You know what I'm saying? He had a calf strain is tough, man. That's a tough one.
Yeah, no, I mean it definitely has been an entertaining finals. G, are you giving? It sounds like there's no real love for the
Man,
Pacers in
fuck
here
all
right
that
now.
shit, man. We
Are you
gonna
giving the Pacers
dying
a shot?
shit out here, man. Pacers in 7, you heard? I don't want to hear none of this negative talk. Y'all, what y'all call this shit? Mental month, whatever the fuck y'all got going over there, man. I'm with the Pacers, man. Fuck all this shit. What the hell? My son gonna come out here. He gonna throw his Achilles heel for this Game 6. Game 7, TJ, he gonna bug out. Then my man from Toronto to Indianapolis. What's his name? Oh fuck, can't remember his name right now. But there you go. And then they gonna kill that shit. My man gonna score 50 on their head tops to OKC, man. I got the Pacers in 7 now, man. Book it.
So, G, I think you just like completed a gas milestone, right? It's like hitting for the cycle. Like every take that you gave was fucking trash, bro. Like what is going on, bro? Like all of the worst takes, bro. Like every single time, like you're consistently sucking with these shits, bro. Damn. Okay. Somebody
Nah,
got to
man.
pick that shit.
Originally, Bryson G said Pacers in 6, and if I remember correctly, we could run the tape on this. They both said that there's no way the Pacers could beat OKC in a Game 7, but it sounds like G's changing his tune on that one.
You're a legend. You heard?
A legend. You're a legend.
actually a legend, but in the wrong way.
Nah, yeah, man. So
Hey man,
nobody's
from my
giving it.
personal opinion, the NBA needs this Game 7, man, because they've been complaining about the viewership, and then in game, what was it, game 5, they finally fucking start showing us the starting lineup, the
Are you,
announcing of the starting lineup.
are you asking them to cheat?
Hey man, you
So
guys say
so
the lottery's rigged. Fuck it, why not the finals, baby?
so you basically saying they need to bring Pascal Siakam off the bench, right?
Pascal is gonna come off the bench. You heard? My son gonna give him 50.
No, the
So
coach
basically bench the entire starting lineup, right?
Bench all of them.
bring Carlisle out at halftime. I got you.
Hey, so G
I need
obviously
him to pop on the
says it's
ref.
going 7.
Calling those fouls. Or for
Scruff,
not
man, do you think the Pacers can get it done in Indiana, or we all calling it in 6 here?
I'd love to watch one more basketball game, of course, but I think it's over on Thursday. It's gonna be over. Enjoy the holiday, the extra day off. If you're smart, you took Friday off. You feel me? But shit's over on Thursday. Guarantee it.
I took the
They're gonna
Friday.
be confetti falling on Thursday.
Hey, but on the basketball side of things, man, some of these players are like emerging. Jalen Williams is emerging as a star. Chet is emerging as a star. Nemhard is emerging as a star. Like, it's cool to see some of these younger guys, these newer names, because we can't watch Steph Curry and KD. I don't care how many refs they split. We can't watch them forever, right? We can't watch LeBron forever. The league needs new faces and new names to carry the league. And I'm hoping not because these guys are in small markets that they get just swept under the rug, but they become like Jalen. What's his name? Jalen Williams. Like, that's a jersey that someone should buy. Like, he's that good. Chet Holmgren, that's a jersey someone should buy. Like, you should see somebody out at the cookout, at the barbecue in a Chet jersey. Not TJ McConnell, he's a bum, but other guys. If you are a basketball guy, like, especially as a young guy, you should, like a young kid, like, I feel like my son and his friends should be watching these games. They aren't, but I feel like they should be. But
Now, Coach, why are they not watching these games?
kind of the nature of the youth now. The internet has shifted and geared everyone to clips. So if they can't consume it in a 10, 15, 20, 30-second clip, it's harder to get them to sit there. You kind of got to force them. You're going to strap them down and say, hey, watch this. But other than that, no.
Man, God forbid they cut to a commercial break, bro.
Oh.
Jesus
It's
Christ.
over, bro. It's
Is
over.
it that bad, fellas?
Man, kids days, I don't know. Go get me started. I'm gonna sound like an old motherfucker too. But you kids days,
Nah,
don't got no attention span, man.
Bro, streaming killed it, bro. Anytime I put on a regular TV, either one of my kids be like, "Man, I hate commercials. What is this commercial like?"
They could never live in our era. Like, we gonna sound old, but like back in the day, I know this has been said a million times. We want to listen to a song. We watch that motherfucker MTV Jams. We waiting all day for that shit. And if the shit don't play today, guess what? You ain't hearing your song today, bro. That's it. There's no on demand. It wasn't just, I want to play the song 15 times in a row. Can't do that.
Nah, facts, man. Back in the day, man, if you missed the show, you missed the show. Like
Patience.
DVR.
3:30. You had to be there 3:30 p.m.
Right.
7 o'clock on the dot in front of the television. It was different times, bro.
Yeah, I mean, and it's crazy because my son don't watch none of these games, but he's like, yeah, did you see that shot? Yeah, SGA's a foul merchant.
Yeah.
Like, they know all the talking points, but they don't watch it.
See,
which honestly is an interesting point, because that means sports media is really the one shaping the youth on their thoughts really on what to think on sports. Because if all they're going to get is the 15, 30-second clips, it matters who they're getting those clips from.
Yeah. No, that's true. They're telling them how to play the game, how to dress. You know what I'm saying? Like, we used to have to watch Iverson to see the braids and, tune into the game to see the fits and all that. Now, no, just turn on your TikTok, turn on your YouTube reels. It's sad, but that's the evolution of things, man. It's kind of just the evolution of things.
Yeah, man, but let's get back to the pairing because T was making a good point about Jalen Williams, and I want to know what y'all think about his pairing with SGA, and is that potentially the start of a dynasty? Because they also got Chet down there, so that could be a potential big three if those players choose to show a little loyalty. I don't know the way I was talking. If it doesn't work out next year, they might need to pack their bags. But yeah, man, what are y'all thinking about this young core so far in OKC?
So we're
Let me
just
tell you
gonna
something,
wash away
Ron.
Boston's core, like Jason Tatum and Jalen Brown don't matter.
No, they out here. We know no one's dismissing them, but them boys is
They
hurt. Jake Tatum hurt next year, so they're gonna be a little hurt. To answer your question, Rome, it's easy to be loyal to something that's good. The fuck, you know what I mean? When shit sucks, that's when the loyal. That's when you get started wondering like
Scruff,
shit. All right,
I think some would say that that's when true loyalty is tested, is when shit is bad. But go on.
There you
again,
go.
they don't have to be. Here's the thing about OKC: they don't have to be loyal because they're on rookie contracts. Okay, they own them guys right now. So yeah, they're gonna resign J Dubs. Honestly, they just discovered some shit. The thing that's about why y'all should be really scared is because they went through the whole season, won like 60 games or some shit, and they didn't even figure out what they just figured out a couple days ago, which is that J Dubs can actually be on some Scottie Pippen shit. Like he was on some literally some Scottie Pippen shit, bringing the ball up. They was playing a 2-man game. SGA was cooking. He dropped 40. Drop 40. I don't think the SGA drop 40 in this series. I don't think so. Okay. So what we got here? We got something good going on. If Chet could get his ass in the weight room, they're gonna be unstoppable.
I told
That boy need to eat some. You just need to eat more, bro.
I said that this team reminded me of the Bulls, and Scruff is right. Like they're still figuring it out. Like, bro, they're still coming off the bench with Wiggins and Wallace and Caruso and getting buckets from them. Like this team's going to be good for a long time. This team is better than Russ, Harden, KD. This is a better OKC team. You know what I'm saying? Better than Russ, Harden, KD, Ibaka. Like, and they're not better talent for talent, but the combination of the sum of the whole, you know what I'm saying? They're just greater. And you're gonna watch OKC, they're gonna win another one. Probably next year. I don't know, but they're going to win another one with that group. And one thing about that group is they like playing together. You can tell. I say this all the time, bro. When teams like playing together, they're that much better. They're that much harder to beat. And this team, bro, I feel like SGA let them down this series. I feel like there's been some moments where SGA absolutely disappeared. And what happened? Caruso went crazy, no ego. Williams stepped up, no ego. Chet needed to step up. You know, he got called out game one. He stepped up, no ego. And when they win, I think you're going to hear a lot of that in the speeches. Like, you know, we played for each other. We've been doing this all year. It's our time. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's how it's going to go. This team's going to be around, man. And they got a first-round pick next year, right? Don't they have 2 first-round picks next year? I think they have 4 first-round picks in the next 2-3 years.
They got hella picks, bro. It's only they're gonna keep stocking them joints. And these guys is younger, they just gonna keep getting better. Like they're all the thing is, I don't think besides SGA, I don't think any of them in their prime yet.
No, Dort's there, like, bro. That team, I don't know who's in the West that's Jokic. You better figure it out because OKC is here to stay.
Nah, yeah, I agree with that, man. Okay, we said it all season. Like OKC has been a complete team, like top to bottom. They're not really missing much, and they can play with almost anybody because of that. And to Scruff's point, I don't know if Chet. I hate to get on his weight and his frame like everybody else does, but I mean, the better that Chet gets, the more impressive that team is. So whether that's gaining weight, getting bigger, whatever it needs to be, hitting more buckets, the better Chet gets, the better OKC will be, in my opinion. Because I think they already got something great, obviously with SGA. And to y'all's point, Jalen Williams is showing that he could get the buckets. If SGA is not going to be the lead guy, he could pop up any moment. So OKC is going to be dangerous. OKC is going to be dangerous. G man, I see you shaking your head. You're not feeling the OKC dynasty.
No, man, because we're talking about a Dallas team that's right there waiting. All those boys need to start getting healthy, like next year. And you guys were just bigging up the Spurs, like the Giannis trade. So then what are we talking about Giannis? Let's say Giannis goes over there, KD goes over there. Then what? This team is supposed to be this unstoppable juggernaut over there in the West.
You
No.
think,
Well, the cohesion is the key aspect that you're overlooking. You just want to throw superstars on teams and expect them to be good.
bro,
Like that's kind of the old way of doing things, right?
they Caruso on Joker. You think they scared of Giannis?
Yes, because fucking Giannis is more physical. I'd be damned, but you gonna tell me Giannis is on or Caruso's on Giannis, bruh. Man, on Giannis, man, I'm gonna drive right through him every fucking time. You know what? I'm gonna foul this boy the fuck up out of here because he's gonna get those 6 fouls quick. And my boy takes a sweet time in the free throw paint. He gonna give you. He gonna be what? He gonna be like?
You talking about the guy that shoots like 50% from the line?
Shit, that's 6 points right there automatically. And then that's fucking Caruso the fuck up out of here. You imagine Giannis and Caruso? Bro, come on now, bro. Bro.
So you're saying he should come off the bench, right?
I'm saying he should come off the bench. Yes, exactly my point.
So basically, OKC should bench the entire starting five, right?
Nah, they should start their starting five and let Giannis and Wemby smack them around.
No, I mean, G does have a point, man. The West is and has to be an arms race. It's been that way for a while, and the Lakers restarted the arms race by bringing in Luka. So, teams have to get better and more talented, and it's only going to make the season more fun. I don't know what the East is going to do. Trade for Desmond Baines. Good luck. Good luck.
Right.
Hey man, that's crazy. So I honestly, and I know we're already off that topic, man, but I wanted to ask, man, is Desmond Bain going to catch a lot of bullets in this trade? Because like, you got to live up to 4 first-round picks, bro. Like, you can't go out there and be a bum.
Well, I don't understand. All right,
Markel Bridges didn't live up to 4 first-round picks, unprotected neither.
He did until they lost.
Mediocre.
He actually did. He actually did when like people for it's fairly short memory people have because like when he was like stripping the ball from Boston, all you get the guys that you guys fucking loved, like people forgot about that, right? When he was just taking cookies at the end of the game.
I'm not a Knicks fan, so I wouldn't remember that shit. I don't recall none of that.
Oh, you have very selective amnesia.
Hey man, when have I ever came over here and paused and said "Go Knicks"?
Nobody asked you to do that.
I mean, Bane's a 20-point. What is he average? 25?
19.
Okay, 19, 5 and 6 maybe. I don't know how you get those same numbers on that team. So the value might not be there stat wise, but
19, 6 and 5.
Okay, so yeah. So I think some of the value will be there though, from a basketball standpoint. But he's not averaging 19 next year. I'd be shocked.
Although we gotta give this guy a shot right here.
Yeah, that's an interesting comment.
Very long comment. These new media taxes of buck breaking is getting out of. I don't know what buck breaking is. If you're black and too confident, you're a problem. White and confident, what are you talking about, bro? It's not even on topic, but it's some real shit. Though.
But he's talking about the Keenan Clark. We were live when that situation was going on, gentlemen. There was a fight at the end of the game, of the Fevers game.
Break it down, G.
So at the end of the game, Caitlin Clark got fouled, and then she tried to snuff the foul lead, and then the foul lead's partner pushed her from the back, causing Caitlin Clark to hit the ground. But then at the end of the game, one of the Fevers girl fouled the opponent, and then a scruffle happened. So, but it all stems down from the Caitlin Clark situation.
And it goes all the way back to the college situation. And I'll answer that.
No. But I don't think it was the same 2 girls.
No, it's not about being the same 2 girls. It's just not the same 2 girls. It's the same situation where it's cool when they do it, but when we do it, it's a problem.
That's not what we're alluding. It's not even a race thing. It was just more like they pushed her at the end of the situation.
That's what you're talking about. I'm speaking to this man's comment right here. It's getting on the If you're black and you're too confident, you're a problem. White and confident, you're competitive. I ain't trying to get fired today, but Caitlin Clark comes to mind. That's some real shit.
No, I mean, part of his race, right? I call it KK Caitlin. You know, her
Yo, that is wild.
I don't know why that shit
That
get
is
me every time,
wild.
bro. That shit get me every
That
time.
is wild.
fan base that is based upon supporting her solely because of her skin. But it just so happens that she's the most exciting basketball player in the WNBA. And you can't take that from her. So the league needs to push her though.
But it's not
Listen,
even that she's the most excited. She's the nastiest player. She is their Michael Jordan.
she's not their Michael Jordan yet. Like, you got to earn that one, but she could be, right? She could be. She might be Magic Johnson. She might not be Jordan. She might be Magic. But she is
Hey,
no doubt.
let's not
But it's
compare her to
crazy. We
anybody
compare
that's
it to
won a
black
chip
players, but we're not comparing it
before
to
she
the.
gets one.
Like, she doesn't have a shoe. I can't imagine the young girls running around in the Caitlins. They might though. But at the end of the day,
Oh, she's about to have a shoe come out. She's about to have a Kobe inspired Fever shoe come out. Colorway. She signed to Nike.
you got Nike deal.
Yeah.
Okay, so she'll have a signature shoe soon.
All right, I don't know if y'all have had a chance to look at the video of what G's talking about, but I just peeped the video, man, and I kind of think Caitlin Clark is completely out of line, bro.
Nah,
Like I
old
think
girl snuffed her in the face, and then Caitlin Clark tried to hit her back. And the homegirl
bro,
in the back pushed her.
it's a foul. It's a foul, bro. It's a basketball
Nah,
game.
but she
Like
hit her face. She touched her face. She touched her face.
bro, Caitlin Clark retaliated, and the other girl's teammate did exactly what the big teammate is supposed to do on the team, bro. When you see your quarterback get pushed down, who comes and knocks you over, bro? The offensive lineman that ain't got shit to do with it because he's protecting this guy. So I see nothing wrong with what happened to Caitlin. The bigger fight that happened earlier. All I gotta say about that is why the WNBA regular season is 50 times more entertaining than the NBA regular season. They play way harder. There's 50 times more emotion, and they're still willing to scrap. The NBA could learn from the WNBA in this type of instance, in my opinion.
Hard, but
I'm not advocating for fighting. I'm not advocating for fighting, but I'm saying that that type of emotion and that type of put in that they have in the game in a regular season game makes it for a much more entertaining game. But the Caitlin Clark aspect of it, man, and I really want y'all to go see that video and tell me what you think of it, because I personally think Caitlin Clark's out of line.
I already know what happened, man. Caitlin, like, they beat up Caitlin, and that's part of WNBA. It's chippy. The college is chippy. If you go to a high school girls game, it's chippy. If you go to a high school AAU game, like, chippiness is built into the girls game. But they beat up Caitlin Clark a little bit as part of, bro, we not gonna make it easy on you, and I respect that. I don't know why they don't do it to star players in the NBA. Sometimes you got to touch somebody. Sometimes you got to put somebody in the stands and let them know, bro, this is the playoffs. But, you know, Caitlin probably got irritated, frustration, you know what I'm saying, retaliated. That's part of the game too. It's all within the game. So all the extra think pieces and all that, sure, if a black woman did it, she would have got called ghetto and all that. Caitlin Clark is going to get extra leverage and leeway, not just because she's white. That's a big part of it, but part of it is she's better than these players. She's more excited than these players. Like, bro, I personally don't want to watch Angel Reese shoot a bunch of layups, and I like it. I don't. It's not an exciting brand of basketball. I don't care who's better, who's not. It's not an exciting brand of basketball.
Yeah. Caitlin Clark was pulling up from the deep logo.
From the logo, that game was crazy.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I gotta give her some props, man. She definitely got the league on her back right now, for real. Because, like, the league was shit for like a couple weeks, and then she got back, and then she just started shooting logo threes. Like, what?
Listen, man, this is what you need: polarizing figures. You need people to hate Caitlin. You need people to love Caitlin. You need people to hate Angel. You need people to love Angel. Like, that's what's good for the league. Go watch women's basketball in general, and then come back to me. Don't just watch.
Well, that was kind of my point, T. From when I saw the video, because I've been watching a lot of WNBA in large part because of Caitlin Clark. I watched her crazy game the other day, but what I've seen from the WNBA is that it's a lot more physical. The chippiness that you're alluding to is the WNBA is way more riddled with that than the NBA right now. In the NBA, you got guys looking for fouls, looking for flops. You have none of that in the WNBA. So what I'm seeing from the video where Caitlin gets into it here is that it's regular chippiness that I've seen in a WNBA game. So for Caitlin to retaliate in that way, in my opinion, is out of line. The foul was called. right? The ref called the foul that was on you. So for you to throw a punch or a shove after the fact is over the limit. So for the other players to retaliate, I think that's fair game.
Yeah. That was clean. I feel shorty on that one.
I
Bitch.
think that's fair game. You right, Scrub, and you know what I'm saying, Scrub. Like that's
She
how
said
it
who?
goes, bro.
Who the fuck you
Who are
thinking?
you swiping at?
You started this shit. She started this shit. So fuck out of here.
Swiper, no swiping out here. Like
Yeah,
that's
fuck
what
out of
that.
here.
And my thing is,
What you think? We
you
not gonna clap back? Fuck out of
you
here,
don't
man.
see too many of Caitlin's teammates immediately run into it, right?
Nah,
Like after it happens here, none of Caitlin's teammates are shoving back right now.
nah.
Does anyone help her up? Does she get herself up off the ground? And where's RG3 right now? It looks like Angel ain't the only one to hate her. It looked like Angel ain't the only one to hate her, my guy. So look, all I'm saying is Caitlyn has a certain attitude to her, which I don't even dislike. I personally like that about Caitlyn Clark. I love that attitude, and I hope she keeps it because T's right. She's the reason that most people are watching. That's just the facts. So I hope she
It
keeps
is.
that attitude. But with that
Yeah.
attitude is going to come some of this. So she needs to be able to keep it all within the whistle.
Can you stop with the replays, please?
Nah, but this is also a part of the conversation because this is what happened at the end of the game.
Bro, the WNBA is they're in their 80s era. That's why.
And that's great. It's great for them.
She's not Jordan, but she might be Magic. This is the 80s. This is Bill Laimbeer. This is you go to the hoop and you might get knocked on your, you know what I'm saying? They might sit you down on your behind. Like, this is good basketball for them. They're progressing. Once Juju comes and some of the other girls come up, you know, the game might get a little more finesse. But right now, this is WWF, WWE.
No, WWF.
Face basketball.
Yeah. Back when it was a little bit more, the joint got real soap opera.
Caitlyn got the elbows to the back of the head right there, man. Nah,
Yeah,
I like it though, man. And it's not even no disrespect towards Caitlyn in this scenario. Like part of what she's bringing to the game is also that edge. Like her chippiness is exactly goes right in line with what the WNBA already has. So honestly, I hope she doesn't lose it. They're trying to knock it out of her. I see, but I hope she don't lose it.
It's going to take a lot. I don't think she'll lose it. She's I don't want to say arrogant, but she's arrogant.
And nobody's going to let you just in that league. They're not going to let you just walk in there arrogant and run around and shoot threes and make highlights on them. Like you go to the rim, they're going to put their hands on you, and that's just listen, bro. They used to knock Iverson down
Right.
10, 12 times a game, bro.
Right.
That's part of the game.
Yep. But
She's gonna win the finals. She's gonna win their finals. Watch.
It's good for the WNBA, for sure. But
Nah, man. Yeah, good shit with the breaking news right there, man. Shout out to the man in the comments. Good comment section going crazy tonight. Make sure y'all hit that like button, that subscribe button if you're new to the show. This is Gas Presents Sports for the Culture. We live every Tuesday night. So check in with us. But yeah, y'all want to keep this convo going? Y'all got any more thoughts on WNBA or Caitlyn Clark?
I'm ready to go to sleep, bro.
No, man. Just don't injure her, right? We save the milk.
Yeah. Don't do that. You don't fuck up the goods. You know what I'm saying?
Preserve the milk. No.
Shorty is definitely like box office. Like I cannot deny that. But she's arrogant as fuck, and I'm sure she pissed a lot of people off.
But
but I love it. I love the chippiness.
As the summer goes, we'll definitely be more tapped into the WNBA because Caitlyn Clark is must-see TV right now. As she just broke news on Gas. So y'all know how we end every show, fellas. So let's get out of here, man. Gas Presents Sports for the Culture.